Look at this face. Look at these faces. This is the face of the common enemy. This is the face of the common enemy. This is the face. This is the face of the 1v3. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Third Age Reforged and to another episode of Mighty was playing a battle and let's make fun of him and how terrible he played and see what he did wrong kind of deal, because I made a mistake but I loved it in the middle of this battle because this was a free-for-all. 4 players all trying to kill each other because apparently we wanted this little patch of land for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, into the army comps we go. Here I have Gondor, and I have some Gondor cavalry. I've given them the armor upgrade, and I love them. They look so good. Over here I have some Gondor infantry also armored up, and over here I have 2 units of Gondor archers also armored up. So as you can tell, I spend a lot for the aesthetics. Over here we have guards of Osgiliath, very good pike unit. Over here we have the Fountain Guard, which no, it's not my general. It's been a while since I played this one, but yeah. Veterans of Osgiliath, also armored up. Nimlothian Honor Guard, that's where my general is. Look at him. Looks a lot better than last patch. We have several units of Gondor Spearmen. All of them are also armored up. And we have some Gondor Militia Infantry. And some civilians. I mean, you can't go wrong with your fodder units. And more Gondor Militia Archers. Now I have 2 units that I kept in secret. Shh, don't tell anybody. I have Ithilien Rangers over here, as well as 2 units, well, of cavalry. 1 Gondor Cavalry, and 1 Pinnith Galen Cavalry. No, yeah, so a total of 2, right there. We'll go off to my nearest foe, who is Arthedain, led by Ante. He also has some civilians, and he has Arthedain Marksmen, several units of them, as well as some Dunedain Rangers, and more Evandem Archers. His front line consists of Fornos Erain, probably that's probably how you pronounce it. Fornos Erain Defenders, as well as some Arthedain Pikemen, 2 units of them. He has a catapult. He also has some dismounted Fornos Erain Knights. Good swordmaster unit right there. Now his back line consists of Arthedain men-at-arms, looks like 4 units of them, as well as a whole bunch of Arthedain sergeants and Fornos Erain knights, and more knights, and the royal court of House Amlaith, with his general, with 1 big sword. Awesome sauce. We'll go to another combatant in this battle, and it is Dorwinion, led by N3XT. He has some Elvelyn Hammerguard with his general right there. We have some Elvelyn infantry, again known for their staying power. More Quendi pikes, known for holding the line as long as they're not touched. We have some Elvelyn marksmen, several units of them, and many more hidden units. And over there, many more hidden units. Over our last and final person who fought is Rohan, led by Mikla. He has some Helm's Hammers, very good units. He probably just forgot about them right there. And then we're going to go on to his main army, and as Rohan, he has lots of cavalry. He has some First Marshal's bodyguard. He also has the Sons of Earl, that's where his general is. He has some Meduseld Guard, 2 units of Westmark Marshals, and 2 units of Westmark Infantry. We also have some Helmingas, as well as Arid of Aldberg, 2 units of them, and some Riddermark Cavalry. And over here we have the Red Shields of Erkenbrand. So, the battle is going to get started over here, and let's just start. So over here my Gondor militia, oh sorry, that is my bad, I had it on times 6 speed. We have some Gondor militia archers, and they are not well positioned, at least over here. Well, I guess they can say they're going to fire better than they can aim, and they're firing over these Arthedain marksmen, causing some problems. However, over here, I'm getting a Dorwinion snuck in some Morquendi stalkers, and I decided, heck no, I'm not going to get caught in between an army and some cavalry. I'm getting the heck out of Dodge. Arthedain decides, heck no, you're not getting anywhere without getting pummeled. And you're right, I do lose a couple of Cav brave souls, bless their hearts. And I'm just trying to get out of there. I don't want to be anywhere near this. I'm sending all air quotes right there, all of my army into the middle. Was this a smart thing to do? Well, I didn't get hit too badly yet, so it's fine for now. That was close. So, hopefully, I guess my plan was get these Mercondi stalkers to get really close to, Arthedain and have them fight it out a little bit. Arthedain's trying to get at me. I'm sacrificing my civilians. I mean, they haven't been paying their taxes, so it's fine. They're not. I mean, they're not contributing to society, but now they are. Over here, the Arthedain marksmen are lining up. Fornos Arrayn Knights and the Dunedain Rangers. Very bold move to bring them up so far ahead. But now, Dorwinion is firing at the Dunedain Rangers because of course, why wouldn't you shoot at Rangers? Killing Rangers is a priority. More catapult shots just going over my head and missing. But now I think I got myself into an even worse position because Dorwinion has just decided, hey, look, Gondor's has some problems. He came closer to me. Let's just put him between a rock and a hard place even more. And so he came and phased towards me. So thanks. So I have my Gondor archers over here trying to come on and flank these guys. Just trying to, do something. And I'm really caught between a rock and a hard place because I don't want to get too close over here. Because over here is, well, super close to Arthedain, and he can shoot me from across the water, so I don't like that. So, yeah, Arthedain is chasing off the Mercondi stalkers, which I am very much grateful for. But now I have to deal with Dorwinion. And I gotta get rid of Dorwinion pretty dang fast. Otherwise, those catapults are just gonna wreck me. And they did land a couple of good hits, especially on my Fountain Guard. There's the one guy who died and a couple of Gondorian archers who died right there. I don't want to engage these Arthedain marksmen. I mean, Gondor archers with the armor upgrades, they do last a bit longer, but now more catapult shots coming in, missing entirely. But still, I don't want to get hurt any more than I have to, so I'm just trying to get out of there. I did think at first that these things provided a bit more cover and more strategic defenses, but no, you can just walk right on through these, so these guys are just aesthetically pleasing. More catapult fire coming in, trying to get my Fountain Guard, and they got a couple of hits there. Now we're going to go back to the main fight where my lines have just engaged. I just told my troops, engage them in battle. The Mercondi pikes are going against my guards of Osgiliath, who are now broken up into two groups, fighting the Elvelyn infantry and the Mercondi pikes. More Gondorian infantry and Gondorian spearmen are going to try flanking around here. These militia infantry are going to try to reinforce, and I have some Gondor militia archers over here shooting the Elvelyn marksmen into the back. But now Elvelyn Hammer Guard is going to engage my Nimlothian Honor Guard, as these militia archers are going to try to get out of there, but they still engaged. Half of them split up, and my Nimlothian Honor Guard has engaged. Over here, my more Gondorian archers and veterans of Osgiliath are reforming. Over here, I have my guards of Osgiliath protecting against the red shield of Erkenbrand that Rohan has sent over, because I am fairly nervous about these cav charges. So my army is pretty much engaged. I didn't over here do as best as I could. I was just trying to get them engaged as soon as possible, but I could have come out and then charged in a bit better. I could have done a little bit better job on that part. Arthedain is just simply slowly marching his way through, being careful not to, run his troops over on spikes. There is a little bit of resistance. I do have some Gondorian archers right here, trying to pepper, and then the catapult just doesn't matter who it hits over here. I mean, it's gonna hit, it's gonna work out, and it really hurt me more than it hurt Dorwinion. Sad to say, very very sad to say. But now we got some more stalkers over here, and they're just gonna charge right into my veterans of Osgiliath, which I good play on Dorwinion. Very good play. I'm just engaging as best as I can, but it's not doing too well. That catapult is just causing us havoc. That one helped me out a little bit, but not too much. Still a little bit of a morale debuff, you know, getting hit with artillery shells. Now Arthedain is just like, hey, guess what? I'm here now, and is gonna join the fray. Now I didn't. This is not what I foresaw when I charged into the middle trying to get out of the middle. I didn't mean to get in the middle after leaving the middle. But I guess it just works out like that. So, over here my Gondorian archers are still trying. They have the best position in the map right now. Just going to provide cover fire as they just fire into the ranks of the Arthedain pikemen. Now there's a lot of pikemen here, and this is a very good position for my archers to just pepper them with whatever they got. But I am trying to reposition them into slightly better location, and I don't think it's going to work. Over here I have my guards of Osgiliath. I did maneuver them away. I'm taking the risk of taking them away from these cavalry and trying to flank. I'm going to do my best. Will it work? I don't know. My Gondor cavalry is just bouncing back and forth, doing what it can, charging into these Nivellen marksmen, and then charging out again, ping-ponging. The Fountain Guard is in spread-out formation, which is not what I wanted them in right now, but their goal is eventually to try to come around and crush the guys from the rear. But now my guys were facing one way, and now they're facing another way against all of these Arthedain troops, and my archers are having a pretty good field day. If they were rangers, they'd be having a much better job. But my rangers are, you know, right here. Back to the main fight. Arthedain sergeants have just chopped down my poor Gondorian archers who were left open. They were doing so well for so long, but now the Arthedain sergeants have gotten into my archer corps, and my poor Gondor cavalry is trying to do what it can, but these Gondor archers, before they could fire a volley, were silenced by these Arthedain by these troops. And it's not working out all that well for me. Well, as long as these archers aren't shooting, it's not working out well for me. So I'm bringing up my guards of Osgiliath. You can definitely tell how well that worked out for me. Trying to clean up these guys. And now Arthedain is getting smart and is flanking around. Going to eventually try to crush my archers. But now the Red Shields of Erkenbrand are targeting the Arthedain sergeants who are driving them away. And the Riddermark cavalry is just going to clean them up, as we can see. Yes, there they go. They're routed. So now these units are now kind of covering the rear. The Royal Court of House Amlath, I'm not sure where a lot of them died. I think it was over here. I'm not sure to what, but a lot of them did die. There's only now 7 of the very elite unit, and this is a giant mass of Arthedain and Gondorian troops. And the Nivellen marksmen are just shooting the Gondorian troops in the back. I mean, there's a lot of shooting going on, a lot of stabbing people in the back. The Fountain Guard are bracing, although they don't have their pikes down. Now they do. And they're now engaging. They're not doing the best of job holding back this line, but I'm trying to get my Nimlothian Honor Guard out of there, trying to get him into a better position to support my front line, get his morale bonus in there, and it's not looking good for me. I mean, I'm having a fun time because I'm in the middle, but now there has been a hole, and Arthedain is just charging in and punctured my line in two, and well, he took care of half of my line, so now I'm on the back pedal. My morale is getting pretty low right now. There is an archer battle going on right over here. I do have the armored advantage, but Arthedain has the numerical advantage, and sad to say, my troops are clumped up. Over here, my honor guard trying to wrap around and do what they can. But I think it was at this moment that I mentioned to our good friend Arthedain, hey, Arthedain, you should stop. Why? Because Rohan's alive. Rohan's just chilling like a villain. And in this story, he is the villain. Why? Because he just sat back and wasn't having any fun. And causing us not to have any fun. Because he was just sitting back. So, in my diplomacy, it wasn't working out all that well currently. Because, as you can see, my entire flank got crushed. And the marksmen over here, they're just gonna fire into this great Arthedain mob. My poor Fountain Guard, they're doing well against these poor men-at-arms, but they're just gonna get completely overrun if they don't get out of there. And as you can see, I'm pulling back what little troops I do have. I'm asking for safe passage for my Fountain Guard, but it is given to me by the majority of these troops going off and shooting and chasing after the Avellan marksmen. So after these Fountain Guard clean up these remnants of this Arthedain men-at-arms unit, I will get my Fountain Guard out of there, and then we will... I'm trying to get out again, but I'm in someone's way. Seems like the story of my life for this battle. So I'm just trying to get out of there. More Arthedain marksmen and Dunedain. Arthedain didn't really notice this, but my troops were still there. I'm just still trying to get out of there. I guess he did notice, and he spent his troops kind of around my Fountain Guard. I mean, it is still a fairly healthy unit of elite halberd pike units. So I'm going to try bringing these guys around into another location. I do have some poor veterans of Osgiliath abandoned here. I mean, they can't rejoin the main army because Arthedain is kind of in the way. So I'm trying to just peel off to the side over here, just trying to stay out of his way, and then eventually work up and fight against Rohan over here. And to everybody else, I was finished. I thought Dorwinion was finished until I saw all of these hidden units just pop out of the blue. Celadon River Patrol, Aaronvorn Axemen, and Morquendi Glade Masters. I didn't even notice all of these units. I thought they were, I thought Dorwinion was gone, but he was doing a good job at hiding his troops. Kind of like what I was trying to do, or I am doing. But he lost half of his army, which I kind of thought was everything, over in this section when I was fighting him. And as you can see, there was quite a bit of combat. Quite a bit of combat in this area. just a little bit. A lot of Arthedain troops dying right here, and actually this unit of Elvellan marksmen, I mean, they turned off fire at will, which is part of our peace treaty that we had, but these Arthedain marksmen, Arthedain was probably wondering why they weren't going around, because, well, they probably still had skirmish mode on. So I had two units, my veterans of Osgiliath over here, and my Fountain Guard. They're trying to stay together. You know, Awen's good advice, stay together. And Arthedain is marching on this way, and I'm off to the side over here. What little I have, my tiny remnants, as everyone probably thinks that I have, wink wink. But over here, Rohan is repositioning himself. He has decided he doesn't want to be on this side of the river, because that's kind of where Arthedain is right now. So he's trying to just position himself into the middle now. So Riddermark Cavalry going against the Morquendi Glade Lords, and the Glade Lords, they would have definitely killed these Riddermark Cavalry if had they given the time. But the First Marshal's bodyguard was there, and a little bit of friendly fire coming in from Rohan. But definitely the Morquendi Glade Lords, they're gone. There's only like, what, 6 of them left? 5 now? Yeah, these guys are good on the charge, but Rohan is just doing too good. Too good. Just cleaning up this little unit. Helmingus have claimed position on this hill, sorry. And they won't be able to be flanked easily as they have this little hill ditch fortification. So yeah, I'll make a cut here. Marching, just marching around, just leave me alone as we march our way along. Don't touch me, we're getting very close, don't touch me, no, leave me alone. Just let me pass, I need to go there first. I need to get there first, let me go, I'm a cripple, I'm injured, there's not many of us. Here we have the Dunine, my Amphibian Rangers, they're starting to walk and eventually wrap around and shoot at those guys. These guys are still hiding. Sneaky. Waiting for the right moment to strike. Over here we have an engagement. I'm engaging. My remnants of me are engaging the Rohirrim cavalry wing. Sorry. And I do kill a fair amount over here, but over in the back lines, well, my archers don't really like that. Not at all. They're, how could I say, what is the good word? Exposed. If I might, be so true. I do have some archers firing, trying to provide cover for my pike spear line, which I was nervous. I wasn't sure which way to click for these guys. I was being attacked by like how many horses? Couple hundred, around 100 on each side, and eventually I did get smart, and I was able to have my pikes face one way and my spears face another, back to back, and that was how we were going to hold. I do believe that I get it right here. Yep, my guards of Ascleith are primed and positioned to take down these guys, and these guys are trying to shuffle their way through, provide a rear guard. But as we can see, my poor archers took the brunt of that. Poor archers. But now, men, stand back to back, and pikes at the ready. Pointy sticks. Remember what we learned. Now Dorwinion is engaging Rohan. The remnants of Dorwinion charging in, trying to clean up. Looks like some of these Nandor Glade Guards are going right into the Westmark Marshals. These are a very good unit on the charge, and they're pretty good, but they just die fairly quickly. They need some support. Helm's Hammers, Nandor Glade Guard over here. They're the ones that I believe have engaged, or yeah, they might have engaged, but I just need to get a little bit better. Here I have some of my guys. We're just gonna chill out over here. We're just chilling. So then River Patrol, Glade Guard, going against the Rohirrim infantry line, and that's all well and dandy. And over here, it's a standoff. It's between spears and horse. So we'll just enjoy the engagement a little bit. So over here, Arthedain is trying not to interfere, because if they do, it's a little difficult. The Celadon River Patrol out of ammunition and are going to charge in to help the Nandor Glade Guard, but the Westmark Infantry are getting there first, so it is a clash of units right there. And now that actually the River Patrolmen are trying to wrap around, but they have been stopped, and they are shaken now. The Meadowside Guard they're primed and they're waiting. They're waiting for the right target to throw their javelins. So they're just waiting. To throw out the River Patrolmen would be a waste, but they're going to do it anyway. Over here we have fire arrows coming in from Arthedain, trying to kill these guys, trying to help the Dorwinians where they can, but it's not going to work. Over here I have moved my line, and Rohan decided it is now time to charge, and because I'm trying to help out, I'm trying to do what I can. But I have lost a couple of my pikemen in that ill-fated movement, and I haven't really killed many people. Now, Arid of Alberg are charging in, and it's just not going to be pretty for me, but I'm trying my best to help keep Rohan distracted. Rohan multi-managing. And River Patrolmen are running from the First Marshal's bodyguard. Over here, it looks like Dorwinian has been crushed. But I have my Athelian Rangers over here. Prime target on firing down at the clump of, troops here. But the First Marshal's bodyguard notices that and is attempting to, put a stop to it. But here I have my Fountain Guard, ready to engage, blocking off a good chunk of the Rohirrim charge, and felling down quite a bit. I mean, as we remember, pointy stick beats horse most of the time. And now they're trying to get back out of there. I have my Athelian Rangers pulling back, and my Veterans of Osgiliath are going to try peppering those guys down. And now Dorwinian is on it. It's literally on its last legs. He only has those Evelyn Marksmen up there, as well as these Glade Masters and Glade Guard. And they're getting wrapped up, though. Westmark Infantry, Helms, Hammers, they're wrapping around. These elite troops, the Helms Hammers are fairly elite troops going against the Glade. Only the Glade Masters, I think, would actually put up a fight. But they're being attacked by the Westmark Infantry and the Westmark Marshals. So it's not doing all that good. But now I've sprung my trap. I have my Pnythgalen Cavalry and my Gondorian Cavalry, and I'm going to try and engage these guys in a cav battle, something I have not done yet before. And I feel like I'm doing quite well, at least until the Sons of Earls get in, because Sons of Earl are a lot better at dealing with other cavalry than mine are. Pnythgalen Cavalry are... I'm trying to wrap my guys around, get a good charge in, surround, trying to do my best, trying to get rid of them, trying to get my Gondorian Cavalry out of there, and then, get them in the charge bonus, and then the charge bonus, the in and the out, the flow of horses and blood, and I may be getting them in and out a bit too much, but I'm trying my best. But now over here I see the Meadowshill Guard, and I'm trying to get them with my Pnythgalen Cavalry. And there they go, getting a good charge in, but the Meadowshill Guard did get a couple of javelins in, and they threw quite well, and they managed to get me down. My Gondorian Cavalry were a little preoccupied, and now there goes my Pnythgalen Cavalry. They're all gone. So now, yes, the Nandorian, a little bit of engagement right here. Arthedain just didn't want to wait, and I guess they just moved up and killed the marksmen because they weren't being useful, and now the Glade Guard is basically all that's left of Dorwinian. There's only a handful of the martial artists as they're doing their cool kickflips and, glaive slings and swings and everything, and, being all Dorwinian masters and ninja-like peoples, but they're not doing all that well against the Helms Hammers. They're all dead. Now it's Arthedain's turn to really pick up the pace, pick up the slack. I mean, Arthedain is finishing off this Rohirrim unit right there. Arthedain is our hope. Arthedain. I'm rooting for him right now. As you can see, he has several hundred men. He has pikes. He has a good healthy amount. Over here he has Arthedain marksmen, but these guys are exhausted. Their morale is high, but they're tired. They don't want to deal with this. I mean, Rohan still has not a lot left. He has his horses wherever they went. Somewhere over here, I believe. Yeah, where are they? Yeah, my poor guys. My general is dead. My men are routing. Over here, this is the last remnants of the Rohirrim cavalry wing, the Arid of Aldburg, and the Sons of Earl. Now, Sons of Earl, of course, are a very good unit. Arid of Aldburg, very good charge Lancer Cav, I mean, look at that. Look at how long those lances are. Just go. And Rohan is trying to make it for this hill. He's trying to make hold the line. Here I am, trying to stay out of Arthedain's way, because I know that the only way we can win this is together. And I'm just like, dude, leave me alone. Leave me alone. This Arthedain marksman unit doesn't think so. They're definitely going against the captain's orders. Dang, Sergeant. I'm just trying to get my guys out of there, because I feel like I could contribute to this battle with my, 3 units that I have left. But apparently, not so much. Not so much. And I also thought that this would also provide me some sort of defense, because I was running here. The problem is it looks really nice, but it does nothing. It does nothing. It's a placebo effect. I feel like I'm defending well because I have my placebo effect. And now I have to get my Athelian Rangers involved to get these guys out. Now they're broken, and so I'm trying to disengage, let them get out, let them get, turned from fighting to the death to routing. Because otherwise I'm just going to lose troops. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Now Arthedain has decided to send everybody in. And when I mean everybody in, I mean he sent in everybody. Not a very organized attack, but an attack nonetheless. But now here we go. We have the Arid of Aldberg charging in, routing these Arthedain men-at-arms. But these pikemen are what they should be afraid of. Now the pikemen are sadly in the middle. We have a couple here on the side, right around here, as you can see. But they're pushing their way forward, and they're trying to get after these Arid of Aldberg and the Sons of Earl. But the Sons of Earl, yeah, they're gone. They've broken off into the distance. Now the Arthedain pikemen, they're pushing their way forward. They're trying to get, cut down as many of the horses as they can. But now I think in their push, though, they're just getting hit by the Helmshammers. Over here we have the Nendor Glade Guard, the last remnant of Dorwinion, charging into the fray, trying to do what they can. More cavalry charges, and they decided not to, because look who's up front, the pikemen. Of course they want to stay away. So they're just going to chill over here and get a better position, and now they're going to charge, because more and more of the regular Arthedain men-at-arms are in the way. And look at that charge. Oh my goodness, look at that charge. So yeah, Arthedain looks like they have the advantage right here. They have the more numerical advantage, but the problem is these pikemen need to focus on killing the Sons of Earl. They need to focus on killing the Arid of Aldberg. But these 16 pikemen, they won't do that on their own. I mean, 16 boys with pointy sticks, and they got their spears down just in time. But they are fairly well surrounded. I mean, that looks like spaghetti noodles right there. Those pikes, and there they go. That unit of Arthedain pikemen is only down to 2. I don't know where the other guy is. I just see this guy, but he's all by himself. It's just him and his spaghetti noodle. He's very sharp, pointy spaghetti noodle. And luckily, there is another unit of defenders who are spearmen and more pikemen. Now, over here, the Nendor Glade Guard are engaging, and my Fountain Guard have decided to engage as well. I'm not sure why oh, yes, because they were engaging my Rangers, and I didn't want them to be engaged. I need them. Over here, the Veterans of Asclepius are taking down the last men of the Arthedain marksmen, who are routing. They're fighting to the death. I don't need them to fight to the death. I want these guys to rout and get out of my way, because I need to shoot. I need to get in. I need to help. I need to do what I can. Athelian Rangers, they're in melee because of this one Nandorian Glade Guard. And so they're deciding, hey, we're going to go and charge at these Nandorian Glade Guards. No, I just need that guy killed. And guess who takes advantage of the fighting? The Nandorian Glade Guard. Nandor Glade Guard. They're just charging in, like the quick little guys they are. And they're charging in. They're killing my poor Athelian Rangers. Not that I want that. I didn't want that. Because of course, I didn't want that. But now look at this. Maybe you've noticed something. I have. Have you? Oh, if you haven't noticed, let me tell you. Arthedain is down a lot of troops. They're routing. Arthedain is fighting against the Meadow South Guard, and they're not doing all that hot. A couple hundred of them, or a good chunk of them, are retreating, and it's not looking good. The Sons of Earl and the Arid of Aldberg are gonna run in, clean them up. Now they're gonna charge back, kill the Nandorian Glade Guard. Now over here I have a handful of Athelian Rangers and a handful of troops. My veterans of Osgiliath, they are reloading. I'm trying to fire at something. I'm trying to fire at the horses, but the range may be just a wee bit too much. No, I am firing a couple of pot shots, as we can tell. Pardon me. But at this range, it's not all that effective. Not effective at all. So here I am. I'm trying to get into the rear, trying to engage these Meadow South Guard. And there goes the Athelian Rangers and the Fountain Guard charging into the back. And we're fighting and engaging, doing what we can to help out our Arthedain brethren. But the Meadow South Guard are still holding strong. There's 24 of them. Veterans of Osgiliath drop their bows and fire point blank into these Rohirrim. But the Rohirrim, well, they decided to charge point blank into my guards of Osgiliath. So, poor guys, that's all I have left. That is all I have left, and that's not much. These guys are just going to clean up my veterans of Osgiliath like nothing. A couple of them get knocked down, and a couple of them stand back up. But there's only three remaining. My forces not enjoying this in the slightest. I do have a couple of Fountain Guard charging in, but these guys are just charging through. They're not giving a care in the world. The Arthedain pikemen are doing what they can. I don't think they killed anybody on that one, which is really disappointing because it just looks like they just charged forward and all of a sudden there were more Rohirrim units. That really threw me off. And there goes the Arthedain marksman. Now it's just Meadow South Guard against my Fountain Guard, and my poor guards of Osgiliath just got trampled. Now it's just my Fountain Guard, wherever the other units are. Ah, there they are. There they go. They're fighting as one, or as two. As they withheld the charge. They stood strong, and they're poking as they can. And there they go. Valiant effort by all three of us to beat a camper, and we got killed. But it all started because I didn't want to get in the middle, so I got into the middle. And because I didn't want to get into the middle, because I wanted to get out of the middle, I got into the middle again. So here's the battle screen, everybody. I got 1171 kills. Mikla actually got most kills with 12 to 47, and then Next, I believe that's how you, yeah, that looks like Next. So Next had 1205, and then Ante had just 734 kills. However, a more detailed analysis of my kills, where my Guards of Osgiliath getting 134, Fountain Guard getting 165. The Athelian Rangers, even though they were only in the battle for just the last little bit, they killed 202 people. Power of Rangers, everybody. And other than that, I mean, just the spread looks really awful. But I just kind of in the beginning was like what I felt like the most fun part for me, because I was caught in the middle, and I felt like I was doing pretty good for being caught in the middle of two armies. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you again next time. Ciao.